Speaking the Facts on current events, family, and finances.
So be sure to log on each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to catch Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR.
Tune in.
We are back. This is Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR. Of course, I am JR. At least I was last time I checked. And my beautiful co-host and daughter is over there on the right. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, Dad. How you doing?
Hey, you know, I'm above ground. It's all good. You ain't got no complaints.
No, exactly. It's a good day.
Yes, another wonderful winning Wednesday, as you put it.
That's right. Another winning Wednesday.
You know, that's right. Say hello to the TikTok crew, to the Facebook crew,
That's
you know,
right.
to the YouTube crew, to the
Exactly.
to the LinkedIn crew,
LinkedIn
to the.
crew.
Am I leaving any crews out?
Nope, I think you covered
Oh,
all the
I got the crews? Okay.
You got all the crews.
Okay, good. Well, let me go ahead and take care of the housekeeping first. Let me tell you that Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR is brought to you by Kiss Wealth Now.
That's right.
You know, and Kiss Wealth Now is your one-stop shop for all of your commercial and residential real estate needs. So
Yes.
tell them how to get in touch with Kiss Wealth Now.
I would love to do that. So Kiss Wealth Now is very easy to get in touch with. You can call me 214-738-4913. And then you could always get access to us 24/7 by going to the website, which is kisswealthnow.com. But again, if you want to talk to me in person, 214-738-4913.
There you go. And they will take care of you. They have got you covered.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and acknowledge the characters in the room, our
That's
alter
right.
egos to start with, the fly guy and the fly girls. I am, don't call it a comeback because I have been fly. You like that one, huh?
That's right.
We got Fly Money over there on the right.
Yes.
And we got our producer, Kim, in the back, a.k.a. This Shit's Fly. What's up, Kim? What's up?
we got her.
Oh,
What's
she
up?
quiet today, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
because she was taking that nap earlier, huh?
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
she ain't
Yeah.
woke up yet. We got Gabe on the knobs and faders. He's back. What's up, Gabe?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
love it.
I'm glad you got yourself mic'd because we might need a professional opinion or two.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Let's
We're
see.
talking. We got a serious. I don't know. Do y'all even need me tonight with this topic? I don't know. We'll find
Well,
out.
we gonna need you. We gonna make you need it, so
Okay.
you ain't going nowhere. So, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce our guest and the topic. See, you need it. See, you would need
Okay,
it
so
right then.
I need to introduce our guest tonight. That is all the way from out of town. We're gonna say Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Or am I far off?
One of my homes.
One of your
but
homes.
I live in Maryland.
Okay, so you are in Maryland. Okay, so when you said that, okay, so I don't know why I just automatically just put you back at home. So Maryland.
That's because the Steelers rule everything.
That's right. That's right. So this is my brother from another mother, Mr. Anthony, and so he is here because for our mama, I was adopted, you know.
Trust me, it's a lot of y'all.
I know exactly. I was adopted by his mama, but so he's in town for our mama. But we're just so glad to have you here. You come with a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. You know, and I see that white around here. That means that you don't learn the thing, or two in your tenure.
I've observed some.
Is that what this means?
That's wisdom.
That's observation.
I thought this was old age.
No, man. That's observation.
Yes. So we're talking about relationships and all the things that comes with it from a male's perspective. So,
Oh, Gabe, you got to talk about this. You got to come on this one, bro.
right? Is that what we're talking
here.
about?
Okay, I mean, I don't look at most things for me. I'm not going to look at. I'm going to see both sides,
Both
male
sides?
and female.
Okay.
So I don't think we can have one without the other. So,
Correct.
I look at it from both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I like having a female opinion because we're men,
Right.
We want
Right.
to know.
So yeah, we do. I agree with you. So, but let me ask you a question for what separates Gabe. In fact, Gabe, you like having the woman's opinion, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So why do you think there are so many of us that don't want the woman's opinion?
Truthfully, most people live by what I don't know won't hurt me.
Not like
Right.
that.
So, because of that perspective, they we envision people to be how we want them to be.
Ooh, see.
Right?
See?
We create the perspective of them based off of what our visual is of them, right? And they may not be that,
That's true.
right?
I'm just sitting over here because I was talking to kids in school about this today. You know, hanging on, getting with somebody because of one or two things that might catch your eye or catch your ear, and you ignore everything else about them that ain't good for you.
Those are called red
Absolutely.
flags.
Yeah, you know.
Because I've missed some in my time.
So you missed a few of them.
I missed a few red flags.
Hey,
I
wait.
mean, I don't know. I'm probably
No,
just
but-
blind.
But really, why is it a red flag?
So I think.
Wait, why is what a red flag? I
Like
wanna
the
make sure I
things that
understand the
we
question.
are saying that are caution, proceed with caution, or do not proceed, stop, turn around, go the other way, like,
Go now.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Danger, you know, so, right, so sometimes I say, I tease and say sometimes the warning stickers are there, but, people, Jack and Shive real good, they just kind of, flip and switch it real quick, so you
they do the
can't really
weave.
see. Bob and weave, it's just like, hey, running downfield, you just really can't see what's going on. I think people live in the shadows. People are nervous. They're nervous about what the other person is like, and they're nervous that the other person's not going to like what it is about them. So, when you're, dealing in shadows, it's hard to get the real person. So, like you said, you don't know. It's like some people walk around, don't know themselves, and they're not going to take the time to get to know somebody else because they don't even know who they are.
Well,
That's true.
We all know who we are.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
We
We
know
know
who
who we are.
We would
right?
hope. Yeah, I know who I am.
Well, I mean, by name we do, but there are people who don't have knowledge of self. They know who they are,
lack
but they don't have
identity.
knowledge of self.
Huh?
They lack identity.
But
Like identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, what is that based on? Right? That's all subjective. Right? Because what your perception of what my actions should be is just your perception. So it may look weird, strange, and abnormal to you, but it may feel perfectly normal for me.
Oh yeah, and I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's not, and I just wanted to tap on what she said, right? So but that's why I asked the question on why is it a red flag, right? Why don't we always put the accountability back on ourselves and say, you know what? It's my job to observe people.
Right.
Right? What did I say this was to start this off, and I didn't know what this conversation
Right,
was.
right, yeah, exactly.
Right? This is observation.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This shit is observation.
Yeah, right, it is. Yeah,
Right?
it is.
I've observed people so much.
Right.
Right? That causes this.
It don't cause no- look at exactly
It
right.
causes this
Right, yeah,
because
yeah.
you get to see who people are.
Right.
Now it's your choice on how to deal with them.
Well, exactly.
Right, exactly.
I was telling the kids today, Maya Angelou, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Don't
Right.
pretend that they're, like you said, that they're what you want to see. See
Right.
them for who they are.
Absolutely.
So Gabe, do you have an opinion on why so many men don't want a women's opinion?
I mean, honestly, I think a lot of times it's just insecurity with self. I think oftentimes we put on this facade as if everything is perfect and we have to hide how we really feel about things. And so when somebody presents us with feelings and emotion, we don't know how to handle it. And it's not consistent for everybody, but I think that's a primary reason why.
Yeah, and you're right. I walked in, and although I won't elaborate, but I shared something with you off camera. But we were able to be genuine. You know what I'm saying, and not have to pretend about anything that was going on. So I agree with that totally.
So we think that people find it hard to be transparent. Like, I've obviously in my career, I work with male and female all the time, but I get excited when men call me and say, I want to buy a house. Even if the woman is in the background saying, hey, ask her this, you ask her this, But, I get excited. Or when a single male calls me and says, hey, this is what I want to do. And, hey, I just want to see what's up. I think that, having relationships requires you to step out of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay to yourself. So, I think when going back to your question, maybe why do men don't want to listen to women? Well, I think for a lot of men, it's easy to stay in your comfort zone with your bros. Your bros are not going to question you. Your bros are not going to, if you tell your bro, I'm having a bad day, they say, well, dog, it'll be better tomorrow. They're maybe not going to ask why or what happened or even check you for that matter because, again, it's about your manhood. I don't know. I mean, y'all tell me.
You want to run? You gonna run for that one? You're the guest. So you are sitting in the advisor chair. You have this observation here. So
I don't know how smart of an idea this is.
I don't. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong, but that's my observation.
No. I mean, great points, but I just think that again, I put everything back on us as people, right? Mm-hmm. You have to, if you want to engage with someone, mm-hmm. it's your job to figure out how to communicate with them so that your levels meet, right? You may see them and say, their grammar's not as good as mine. I don't know if I need to be talking to them, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Or you may say, holy shit, they're speaking a language that I'm unsure of, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, it's mm-hmm. your job to figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's not everybody else to tell you or explain to you everything in detail.
Right.
It's your job to figure it out.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think that as men, well, I guess I can only speak for the one sitting here. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to speak for men in the larger sense. But for me, I know that you made a good point. It does come back on us as individuals to have knowledge of self and to embrace personal responsibility for ourselves, because mm-hmm. then you can walk with peace and you can accept your strengths, be comfortable with your faults, and if you can accept your strengths and if you can be comfortable with your faults, then you can accept your woman's strength and be comfortable with her faults. Mm-hmm. The perfect imperfection that John Legend says. It's mm-hmm. But we I had a I think I've said this several times on the podcast, different times, but I had a pastor once that said, because men, from the way I was raised, men should head the relationship, but not as a boss, because, mm-hmm. And that segues into what I was going to say. I had a pastor say that if you are supposed to lead someone and you turn around and nobody's there, you're just taking a walk.
Yeah, but in my opinion, and I'm mm-hmm. sorry, right, that's good for some, mm-hmm. right? For the men that I know, mm-hmm. right? For the men that I've observed in life, mm-hmm. in a large number, mm-hmm. more than not, mm-hmm. men want to be the leader, the aggressor, the dominant, mm-hmm. right? The only thing that keeps us tamed is laws.
Law, LAWS or LOSS?
LAWS.
Oh.
The law. As men. Mm-hmm. If we did not have laws, mm-hmm. men would run amok. Mm-hmm.
I think that's worth discussing. I think that's worth discussing because
basically, he's basically saying there's like men would be some wild ass boars just rolling around with just taking one another out.
From where I sit, at the end of the day, if laws
As a senior
kept-
citizen male?
Yes, yes. See, that's see, hey, you know, James. See,
She always gonna sneak
yeah,
one
yeah,
in.
yeah.
It's always gonna get
We
one.
got,
Yep.
Are we talking about a young buck or are we talking about,
Well, we talking about a buck that's still bucking.
I know, we got 3 bucks here.
That's right. We got to talk
An
about a
elder
buck that still got the
a-
buck.
An elder
You know,
buck, a younger
the buck
buck.
didn't stop here.
A mid buck. A cub, he's a cub.
But at the end of the day, if laws could really affect mankind, then no laws would be broken. People that obey the law will, and people that won't. And there are some that will and some that won't. But if that's just like marriage. The way I believe, God created marriage, and but God creates perfection. So then why our marriage is imperfect? It's because of what we do to them. It's not because of the institution. It's because of what we do to it. At the end of the day, if a person is going to follow structure, be it legal, be it spiritual, be it if a person is going to follow structure, then that person will be prone to follow structure. And if they're not, then it's going to be hard to get them to do that, which is better for. I think it's better for a relationship if a person is willing to follow some structure, because there has to be. There has to be some boundaries in a healthy relationship. There has to be some boundaries. I
Just
guess
imagine that if you broke, I think about fire. And if everything was like fire, if you touch it, you got burned. You wouldn't want to be burnt up. You know what I mean? We wouldn't want that pain, if everything was like it. So, I get it, as far as having, because I know I like having structure. I like I like to know what's up. Not that I'm sitting in the corner being like they weren't supposed to do that, but if I see somebody doing something they're not supposed to do, I'm like, well, why are they doing it? That's dumb. So So I think a lot of us push the envelope, and the rules are there. Meaning the rules come from the Bible. We're the lay of the land, how we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to lead with love, and if we lead with love, then everything would be all right. And that's innately supposed to be in us, right? And somehow many of us get away from that. The divine emotion, right? So I think if we, going back to the law, if you love, your neighbor as you're supposed to, and you're willing to follow the rules of being a good neighbor and loving one another as we should, then everything would be okay. But obviously we know we fall short. And so that's kind of going back to.
But, all right, it's very hard. Because I did not know coming into this situation, right, that I was dealing with father
And daughter?
And daughter.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, we got two
But-
different outlooks, right?
Right. But I'm just going to assume that the relationship is as close as me and my mother, right? Because y'all are on the podcast.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Oh yeah.
And I guess no rock should,
We go in turn. No, we don't. We here to talk and
Yeah, let's have the conversation.
And feel safe because we are thicker than thieves. We
Yeah,
are.
and the thing is this, and we've said this before, our relationship has not always been perfect. We talk about everything. We
Yeah.
deal with everything. We love the fact that we have been through things and we can talk about it. We have one guest who was, I can't remember, if she's watching, hey, but she was struggling with the relationship with her father, and she didn't know how to get back. And it's like, why are you? So we were able to help her out just with just the things that we've gone through.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So say what you got to say.
it's hard to have these conversations, right? Because we think of being in professional settings, acting professional, being professional, however you want to look at it, right? But the reality is behind the scenes and behind the, when you're just talking, right? In your safe space or whatever, right? The reality is that sexuality is going to play a part between men and women. And regardless of what your structure is in life, right? Your sexuality can be something totally different, right? You can be raised by the best people. You can be raised in the best home. you can be raised with all the structure, everything is there for you.
Right.
And then run off to college and
You know, change things.
be the biggest, slang it around on campus,
Right.
right?
Because you're filling out your man.
Well, yeah,
you're
sowing your royal oats.
Yeah,
But this is men and women,
yeah, that's true.
right? But
That's
this
true.
is men and women.
Yeah, because girls get out there.
Right,
and
so
be
that's why I
like,
say we got to look at both sides
Yeah, that's
always, because I know girls that got way more men
body count.
than men that got women,
Well, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The women is setting it out.
Right, it's true.
Well,
Well, because you
Open the
realize
door.
what
Yeah.
you're sitting
I-
on.
Open the door.
I agree with that. I told someone this a couple weeks ago, and they laughed. But there was a time when I thought that that I was catching women. I thought that that they were interested. That I was that I was catching them, and and I'm casting, and I'm really and I came to find out that they had already made up their mind about me before the
Before you had threw out
the encounter began.
Yeah.
And
That's a myth.
no, it hasn't been a myth in my life.
Well,
It has not been a myth in my
I know
life.
several of my friends who be like, I like that guy. I'm gonna talk to that guy, and that guy be like, okay, I like you too, and I see it all the time. So I think it's more, and maybe that is that the pheromones, the natural energy, the natural chemistry, where a woman can say, okay, that's a guy that I could,
Listen,
I can mess with.
I feel like that can
I've
happen,
been in
but it's not
situations.
Say that again,
consistent.
Jay?
Like I feel like that can definitely happen, and it has happened, but it's not consistent across the board.
No,
say that again.
It's just not consistent across the board.
So you
What's
think more
happening?
men are approaching women?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more so of a hunter from a men's perspective.
So would you like a woman to walk with you and be like, you gonna be my man and you gonna marry me and like get over here?
Me?
No, we want to
not
say,
at all.
I want to take you home
Not at all.
and knock you down. That's
Right.
what we want you to say,
Yeah,
right? We want you to say, you look good enough that I want to suck your,
yeah.
we want to hear that.
Yeah, you want to hear that, but
Right.
not like you gonna be my man.
Listen,
because
be
that
like-
feel like pressure.
nah, that's way too much.
That's
What are
a
we
lot.
talking
That's
about?
a lot.
We're
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
club.
there's women out there be like, you gonna be. I mean, that.
Yeah, we can all feel that way, right? We can all feel like, because men, we're gonna look at. Listen, on initial attraction of a woman, we look at y'all from the perspective of, would I keep her for life?
Okay.
That's how we look at y'all.
yeah,
Right.
I can agree
Right?
with that.
Would I
agree with
keep
that.
her for life? That's
Would
how we
I?
looking,
Would
Yeah.
I is important.
right?
Yeah.
We try to see the future you, and know and make a determination on whether.
That would be it. And
Right.
see, and
Now.
the women's looking at it completely different. But go ahead.
Right, but because y'all don't think that we look at it that way.
Right.
Right? Now, contrary to what we believe, now it's up to you to seal the deal.
Right.
Right? See, women think that now it's up to us to seal the deal. We're supposed to do all the work. No,
See, y'all-
no.
Y'all want so y'all gonna look at the woman and say, can I keep her for life? And then it's up for us to show you if we really worth keeping for an extended period of time.
Right. Okay. And let's be honest, right? If we're going to be honest, here, right? If we're being honest here, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying this is how men are going to look at it.
Right.
But the number one thing that's going to determine that is how you make my dick hard.
That's okay.
Can I use that
no,
language?
you can use that language. And I was going to say
Right.
that's fair to say, because a woman, when we meet a guy and a guy is coming to us, first thing that we're thinking is, okay, is this guy going to be good and bad? Because we don't want some man that's going to be a dud. And can we deal with you for life if you're a dud and you ain't?
But is that the
putting it
first thing
down?
that y'all think?
Well,
Right.
okay. Well, for me, I would say that any guy that I met that I was interested in, maybe this is where a person would be shallow. I would say a guy couldn't be out of shape like that. Just that I wanted someone to be in shape. I wanted someone to be healthy. I wanted someone to smell good, to look nice, and you know.
You were being selective with
Very,
the
very,
pussy.
very selective because if I was going to,
Right.
because if I was
Folks here.
going to,
She wanted a certain type of dude to hit it.
right, because if I was going to, let's speak, you know, correct. If I was going to mate with someone, and obviously if you're going to have sex, there's a possibility for children. You know, I wanted my kids to come out a certain way.
Right.
And not just being honest.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody has that standard, but I wanted my kids to be a certain way. And that's kind of what I went after. That's what I wanted, you know.
Okay.
And so that's how I look at it. Now, there's other women that don't. And again, I'm not trying to say that my scenario worked, but that's kind of how I looked at it.
So
you know,
good and
I'm
bad
looking
is
at your
not the first thing
bloodline.
that
No,
you-
you
Yeah,
look at
I'm
it like,
looking at the bloodline, and that's how I did it.
So, Gabe, do you?
again, well, how is that different than what I said, right?
Right.
Right? How is
Yeah.
that different than me saying it's up to you to, right?
Right.
The man, you're looking at it from a woman's perspective.
Right.
It's the same thing, it's just a different language.
It's just a different, correct?
Right?
And there's women
for
out
us,
there that don't want
it was up to that man
Right.
to fuck it up.
That's
Because
true.
visually, you would see he meets the mold.
Right, but if he started talking,
That can mess it up.
That can-
right?
that can mess
When
it
he
up.
get naked, it
That
can mess it up more.
That's right,
Right?
yeah.
So, but initially, you decided, this is a candidate.
could be, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So it's no different than what I said. It's up to him to lose it at that point.
Right.
Right? It just
But
sounded
that's just
crazy because of the way I said it. as a
Yeah,
man.
because it sounds like a lot of women be like, but you know, I will say that when I talk
It
to
just
my
sounded crazy, right? But
Right.
it's the same thing.
But when I talk to my
And this is-
friends about relationships, you know, I always say, look, you know, and vice versa, same way, you know, everybody got a stable, you know, and they'll pull whatever person out for whatever the need is. But, you know, if you get pulled out long term, are you the best, excuse my language, are you the best bitch, you know? Because like my grandfather told me, don't nobody want nothing that don't nobody else want.
Exactly.
So if you realize that when you meet somebody, they have somebody else, they screwing somebody else, they talking to somebody else, they have pen pal with somebody else, they going to the doctor with somebody else, they're going to the grocery store with somebody else, don't think that you're going to stop that person from doing everything they're doing with somebody else, unless you're the best.
I need my church finger on this.
Okay.
Well, hang on to the finger. I just wanted to ask Gabe. So keep that
What's up?
finger right there.
Okay.
I just
What's
wanted to
up?
ask. I wanted to ask Gabe. So because I know that when you made a point, when I look at a woman, I do assess
I'm
pretty quickly whether I think that this person would be compatible on several levels. One of them being in bed. So do you make that assessment pretty much right away?
I can do anything in
Absolutely.
bed.
It's actually a very quick turnaround too. Like you said, it don't take all day. Like it
It's
may
in 5
take me
minutes.
5 minutes at the
But
most.
we've let
Like-
women live with this misconception
Yeah.
that they've chosen us before we know it.
Well, no,
They know within 2 minutes of seeing a man, I know whether I'm going to let him get some or not. Man, you know how many pieces of ass I done got after that statement was made.
Well,
I can imagine.
I've had women that swore up and down that they hated me, and then one day they came over with the empty cup of sugar, and 3 days later they were still there. So I mean,
That'd be the reason.
but and that really did happen. But the other thing I wanted to ask, because it came out in a conversation that that once a person is out of their clothes, that there can be a reject button. Does that happen to any of y'all where it's gotten that far where a person removes some clothes and all of a sudden
Absolutely.
it was
That's everybody.
I'm trying to think if that has actually happened to me. I think my eye might be a bit keen. I don't know if that.
Or you might
know that-
not experiment outside of your type. What's
Well-
your visual,
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess.
Appeal.
I guess.
Okay, so question. So then, have y'all allowed yourself to go out of your type to get something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Men. We can't be selective like that.
Regrettably, yes.
We still take rape. Like it ain't like.
There's very few
Yeah.
things we can afford to pass up.
okay. So
Our opportunities are not
if
as
it comes
great.
with groceries, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You're missing some teeth, I'm going in.
No.
We're gonna,
I was
The
raised
young
by a dentist. I can't do that.
The young buck
can't do
here
that
says
with-
he will get his own groceries.
Yeah.
we're gonna have some exceptions somewhere along the way. See, he ain't on.
What about a new
yet.
outfit? What about that woman? I mean, I don't know. Is there a woman out there be like, hey, babe, I want to get you some clothes. And they not your type, but you want some new clothes.
I can answer that one too. I there was a woman that always wanted to buy me clothes, and I always knew that if I took anything, that it was
You
was
owed
gonna
her
be,
something?
yep. And so I'd be like, no, my closet's really small. I had to do the weave. My closet's really small, and I have, I can't fit anything else in it. Maybe the spring line I can take something, right? But right now, no, I did have that happen. I had to refuse.
But see, this is again. I'm always going to challenge us, right? Because I'm very guilty of everything that I speak about, right?
Okay.
Why didn't you observe who she was from the beginning?
I
right?
did.
And if you did, right, then what was the appeal to make you deal with whatever it was you dealt with her? What was the appeal that made you deal with those things to still
Well,
to even engage?
Have a
with her?
conversation, yeah. Are you having a conversation?
to
'Cause
be
it gotta be something.
to be candid.
I got a way of getting real.
Let me be frank for a moment. Get my name tag on, Frank.
You're not Juan. You're
Yes,
Frank.
I'm
Go ahead.
Frank.
Yeah, go ahead and go with the Frank.
This woman was not attractive to me from here up, but but from here down, she had one of the best bodies I had ever seen. I got to be honest. It was absolutely it was amazing. And
It was not your face, but your booty.
I have always I have really always attempted not to be so shallow as to make looks the only thing that I was concerned about, because like you said, at the end of the day, we want to know, can I walk down the road with you? You know what I'm saying?
So no beloved for you?
So
Sometimes that ass can be. Sometimes that ass can be fat enough to make you deal with it.
To make you reconsider a little bit.
yeah, and I did, and
He said that I did.
I did reconsider,
Right.
but that was the one time that and it turned out to be a mistake, because not only
You couldn't
was
get
I
rid of her?
having to
No,
push,
that wasn't a mistake. That was observation. That's what some of them. That was you observed. It just took you a while to get over
yeah,
your
I got it.
thing.
I got it.
right? It took
Right,
a
right.
while to get over. You know what? This feels good. It looks good, but it's not worth this. But until a certain point, it just
Okay,
was.
so if you guys have these things where you're like, okay, look, she look good, the booty's good, I can feel on it, da-da-da. Okay, she's cute, but she maybe ain't got the body. And okay, this one here ain't smart, but whatever. Okay, everybody has these different things, but, I mean, have you guys, are there the guys out there that meet a woman and be like, okay, look, you going to be around for, Saturdays only, or you only going to be around on a Wednesday because I got a weekend chick? I mean,
We all do it. We just don't tell you.
I know, I'm saying, but why are the men not telling women what
y'all
day
act like
they
y'all
get?
want the truth and y'all can't handle the truth.
Uh-oh.
And more importantly, hold up. Now again, self accountability.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna be on your side, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
sound like I'm not.
No, but I'm with
Right?
it. I'm with
The
it. because-
truth.
Yeah, the
The
truth.
truth is, right? We can't handle who you are,
Okay,
right? Because we have a certain perception of women, right?
right.
So if I give you the truth, right, y'all are going to want to say, well, at some point, well, okay, if that's your truth, here's mine,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that man
Don't ask,
doesn't
don't
want
tell.
to, right, most men don't want to accept that their dick ain't the dick of all dicks.
Right, right.
Everybody wants
Wants
to
to know
think
that they're
that
the
theirs
best.
make you go to ooh ah the best.
Right, right.
That's what we want to think and feel.
Right.
Right. So we don't want to know.
What
You
it is.
just right. It's like I call it like it's like the cheating wife,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't know, right? And you come home from work every day, normal routine. Hey, honey, kiss your wife in the mouth, right?
Right.
Football, watch TV, whatever,
Case
whatever.
in point, you
right?
kissed your wife in the mouth.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yikes.
Go to bed, make love. If you do, some dice you do, you don't, whatever. Just normal
Right,
life, right?
yeah.
And you do this daily, right? And what you don't know, you're not thinking about. It's not affecting you emotionally or none of that,
Right.
right? But every day, Steve is coming over and having his way
With
your wife
That's right. Yeah.
and her mouth,
Right.
Yep.
right?
That's all you can think about is the mouth, not the
He
other.
and she
Because
part-time
this-
lovers.
We talking man talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talking man talk,
yeah.
right?
So men think about the
If we-
mouth.
if-
It's
if
not
we-
the other thing, Kim.
if we're thinking about if we're cheating, it's generally
Same
gonna
skin.
start with the mouth.
and Cat, look at Cat Williams schooled us. He said the skin and the mouth is the same as the other skin. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
I don't believe that.
Gabe, have you heard that one?
It sure don't feel the same.
No.
It doesn't feel the same. Well, I
no, it
wouldn't
don't.
know.
I don't know
so.
what Cat talking about. Cat must ain't filling the mouth up. Everything just feel the same.
Got some other questions for Kat, but that's a different
Yeah,
subject for
yeah.
a different time.
You know.
Okay,
But-
so you're saying the women don't want, or the men
But
don't
no,
want to know.
we don't want to envision that right before I came home, you just finished doing this with this person, right?
But what about the man who came home and done the
but
same
we would
thing?
have to accept that truth if we give you all of our truths,
That's true.
right? So for most people, it's easier to just keep them separate.
Just don't tell don't say
Right.
nothing. Error by omission.
Wait,
You, just,
Right.
you don't
Don't
say
ask,
it.
don't tell?
Don't ask, don't tell. Just don't ask, don't say nothing
Right.
about
That's
it.
how most people would choose to live, right?
Right.
Now, the reality is that we ask these questions and we have these conversations, but we know who we are as people. We know who the people around us are. We know things that go on out here in real life. And in real life, people is out here fucking.
That's true.
They are.
That's true.
Yeah, they are.
And
Yeah.
deciding
Yeah.
what to do and
Yeah.
not to do.
Well,
Yeah. But you also have guys out there. So I will say that, like, there's guys out there who, well, I mean, I look at it differently. Because my grandfather told me, don't nobody want nothing that don't nobody else want. And he was like, you sitting on gold. So I feel like when there's a guy that's coming up and he's saying, hey, let me buy you a drink. Okay, sure, you can buy me a drink. Okay, in my mind, you don't buy 15 other people drinks. If that's how your money flow, But I just can't be the only person you buy a drink for.
But why do I need to be? Why do you need to be the only person I bought a drink for?
Well, here's the thing. Right, that's a good question. I don't have to be the only person.
Right.
But if you buying a drink and moving around, because normally what most guys do is they'll buy a drink, they'll have a little conversation, right? They typically are trying to work the room. If a person buys a drink and just wants to sit down, you're like, woo, I wasn't, So
You know why they doing that?
why?
Because they figuring out immediately whether I'm finna get some pussy or not. Excuse my
Right, right.
language.
And so when they realize
and if
the
they don't
drink,
feel that,
then they gon-
because again, there's success in numbers, right? So if I
Right.
spend
And
all night with
success
this one
loves
girl
that. Uh-huh.
and I don't score, I wasted my time for this moment, right?
Right.
Because you wanted something, right? But the reality is that most guys are gonna be like, "Hey, I gotta work the room." Sure, this ain't time. Yeah, this in the whole time in their brain. I don't care what the facial expression is. I don't care what the body language is. The whole time in their brain, they going, "Am I finna score?" And if I ain't finna score, if this don't look like it, yeah, I'm out.
So
No.
I gotta bring Gabe in. So Gabe, do you work the room? I mean, I know you have somebody now, but do you work the room?
You supposed to work the room. I'm not a drink buyer. I don't personally
Why you don't buy drinks?
because I don't need to.
Oh, you got it like that.
It, Just talk. Like
Just talk,
I don't
just
have
talk.
to buy
Just talk.
you nothing. Like I don't know. I'm not
And you
cut
can.
like that. Yeah.
But
It's nothing wrong. If that's
don't
how you
gotta
choose to
lead
move,
with
but
that.
you don't have to lead with that. Don't
Right.
lead with your pockets. Like
Right, yeah.
They gonna leave
I
with
ain't
your
never,
pockets.
I
Right,
ain't
well, let
never
me
been
tell
that
you,
type
but
of
there's
dude.
people out there. This just one, like me and Tony, we went to Vegas. This is some years ago, and a guy walked up to us, or he walked up to me, and he was just like, hey, we were trying to decide we were going to go to a show or not, and he was like, hey, y'all trying to go to the show, and we were like, yeah, and he's like, well. I would like y'all to just go with me and to the show, and he's like, no strings attached. He goes, I want to go see the show, and fine. He bought us front row seats to car or whatever we saw, and bought us drinks and put them, and everything was just right there. And he just wanted just to have some pretty ladies by him. That was it, So I've experienced that, where there are people that leave with their pockets. They don't want anything per se. They just maybe want to have a little conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
most of the time, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
something probably going on with they did.
I'm
they-
sorry.
they-
I'm sorry. I was
they
sitting here
dig-
thinking
they
that,
dig-
and I wasn't gonna say it. And I wasn't gonna say it. And I
all
wasn't
on the
gonna say
same
it.
page.
But I was sure thinking it.
You brought me here to say this. I'm the truth.
Is that what it is?
Right,
We
right.
brought him
No, I mean,
here. We
come
brought him
on
here to
now.
say what we want. Is that was that? That was that?
So
That was.
on
he had
now,
erectile
let's be honest.
dysfunction, and
I don't know
that's
what it is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. but-
Regardless, he was tricking.
Yeah,
And that's
or you have
Regardless,
some
he was
people that
tricking off.
feel
Yeah.
like,
Right.
yeah. Some people feel like if I do all of this, someone should just come to me and say, I want to,
right.
right? Some people feel that way, and if nobody don't come talk to them,
Mm-hmm.
then they keep it moving.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone in this
Rare,
room?
but-
Does anyone in this room believe in love at first sight?
No.
Ooh, I do.
Gabe said no. I actually do. I don't know if I've experienced it, but I believe it exists.
I think we've all experienced it.
You want some more?
I don't know if I've actually experienced it. I'm a little too analytical for the whole love at first sight thing, because my brain is going snap out of it. It's like
Yeah, but that's why I say, right, again, we have to understand what we say and how we think, right, as people, right, as human beings, first of all, right? For you to have to slap yourself out, it means the thought process is happening.
Well, the thought
no
started.
matter how fast it was.
Right.
Right? So it don't mean that love was supposed to be forever. Right? But you tried to feel it and see it. Right? You reached for the connection. Right? It could be the girl across the room that you think, oh my fucking God. It's the girl that you look at in the magazine and be like, the girl on your phone, you be like, I love that mother. Oh my God. You ain't never seen her and met her. But off the visual,
You're just like, this is everything.
come on. Now,
But let me ask
if
you,
opportunity comes about, what you think you're going to do with that? You're going to proceed with caution
But
because
is
you
that love?
already.
Is
No,
that actually
That's
love?
lust.
That's lust and infatuation to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Listen, but what if
That's-
it turns out to be everything that you wanted it to be?
But that comes with
You be
time. That's not
scared.
at first sight, though.
But so that means that the original thought process or the initial feeling was wrong? That
Wasn't
means
wrong.
that it's just been proven to be right. That means it just went longer, right? It just, because it was a snapshot of it, don't mean it didn't happen.
So what about, okay, there are people who get, so I met with a couple, I met with a couple this weekend, and they're Indian, Hindu, and their marriage was arranged. And they have only, Kim, I would love to see Kim in an arranged marriage. I think that would be some funny shit.
No, Kim would be like, here, this belongs to you.
Now she be talking about help.
Yeah.
How do I get out of this thing? But I was like, and they were smiling and happy, and and it's a normal thing. So, culturally, you think about, okay, love at first sight. What if you don't have a choice? The sight you get is the sight you get,
yeah.
and this is it. And you in that thing. And I think that's what scares people from love at first sight, because you don't want to be locked into something and not have a choice. And I think that's, kind of takes us to, I guess, gluttony, we just want to see how much we can get, and how much we can get. And then once we tasted all the flavors, then we want to decide what we want.
Yeah, but there's a disadvantage in time frame for men and women with that.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that time frame difference, we get looked at as immature, right? We get looked at as though we're not ready for something when it's just not that. It's just that we haven't had the experiences that you all have had as women. And because of the amount of the experience that y'all have in it, and
Right.
somebody, I hope y'all pick up on it, but what it's based off of is attention, right? As a human beings, right, in this world that we live in, right, we're attention based,
Yeah, we are.
right?
We're
So women, y'all are men, we're at a disadvantage for attention, right? And women, y'all get attention at such astronomical numbers that it becomes dismissive to you, right? For men, it's always is consistently seeking.
giving attention
Well, I
and
don't know,
not
'cause there's a
receiving
lot
a
of
whole
y'all
lot.
men be
Right,
out there
yeah,
on
right, we're-
social media.
right.
Y'all be on with your shirt off and then you're in your
But why?
in your gray sweatpants. I don't know. Y'all be
Right?
doing that.
Because
That's
we're
the
trying to
men.
get some attention.
Yeah, y'all
right?
do it.
but the same thought process.
But the girls
that
do
you're
it too,
having-
though.
Exactly, right? But girls
It's a
are
thirst
doing
trap.
it. Girls are doing it more of a monetary value at this point, even though you have those naturals that are just naturally sexually exhibitionist, right? Great,
Right.
cool for them, whatever. But most women now have triggered it into money, right? Men have started to now, but most men are presented it because there's some attention that they're trying to garner.
so
y'all
what-
women, y'all are pretty women. Y'all are on social media. How many random DMs y'all get? Hey, beautiful, I would love to know you.
Kim, you don't get no random DMs?
No, nobody ever does that to me.
Josh, I wish I could see Gabe's face. I wish I could see Gabe's face.
Random pics.
Yeah. I know. One time I got a fur coat. I was like, "What?
A fur coat?
Yeah.
Was it faux or fur?
No, they had not given themselves a haircut, and I was like, "Why would you send this?" You know, it
Right.
was just a bushel.
Yeah, I get
And it had
right?
a little, yeah, and I was just like, why would you just random? So I don't know. But I mean, I think women do the same thing. Maybe women send their body parts just to random people. I
Most
don't
women
know.
do it with people that they have some type of connection with, right? Men are just
Yeah.
savages. Okay?
Right, yeah, they're just gonna send a pic out.
We're seeking,
But
we're
I'm
playing
a
the
school
odds
teacher.
of numbers. We're playing the odds of numbers for what somebody might bite on it.
Yeah.
Right? We
Right.
know we're the fish in the sea.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
but you know, I think okay. So, but the thing, but I think with the DMs, okay, this is off topic, but on topic. I feel like going back to what you're saying as far as because everything's so automated, people are not taking the time to really truly get to know. You know, because they feel like they can send a picture and that says it all,
Okay.
right?
Let's
And
get-
so,
Pop, I'm sorry.
I-
I gotta
so-
get nitty gritty with
yeah,
it.
yeah, but I'm just saying,
I gotta
people,
get nitty-gritty
people
with
don't
it.
take the time, you know, because they feel like a picture solves it all. They can send a pic. That's the first thing people send for. Send me a pic. Send me a pic.
Okay.
For what?
All right. You want the answer to that?
Yeah, I want the answer
You
to
want
that.
the truth.
The
She wants
truth.
the answer to that.
You heard her. Right?
Gay,
I heard her.
gay,
She
gay,
want the
yeah,
truth.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. All right. I started there and I was taking the nice road.
Well,
right?
yeah.
All right. So, again, because of attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
You as a woman, I don't know how much time we got.
How much time do we have?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
No, this has been-
we blew it. Because this is finna get
Okay,
crazy.
well, tell us real quick.
I don't even know how to tell you this real quick.
Well, just say it.
But I'm going to try
Be
to swing
frank.
it in for you, right? Before you can remember, you've been getting called beautiful, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Men, not so much, right? We're little ugly kids, right? So it takes us to
Little
be-
knot-head boys, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Our heads is big, our feet, bodies is skinny, right? We look like little aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do have the occasional pretty boy, baby, or whatever.
Right.
We just
And
talking about
everything-
for
and
the
then-
averages,
right,
right?
right.
Quick version, okay? So that man is on a different time balance of getting attention from a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the same levels as women do. Women get so much attention that it becomes dismissive. You walk in a store, you don't even know who was in there. You don't know how many people. You don't know whether it was 5 men in there, 10 men in there. Right? A man, we walk in the store, we're gonna know every piece of ass that was in there quick.
That's that observing again?
Yeah, you better believe it, right? We're gonna know this, right? Now, why is this like this? Well, as a woman, and this is I say this can't be quick. Now, imagine you can see every man in the world's genitalia. Every man. You and every woman can see every man's genitalia. Right? So now everybody you can see. Big, small, long, tall, short, wide, thick, curved, left, right, swing, right. You can see every one of them. Every one of them.
I'm hearing John Lennon. Imagine there's no trousers.
Yeah. Right? So Richard, that come up to your desk in the morning and just say hey and drop 10 inches on your arm by accident. Right? Like Mary Sue might put her breast on our back. Right? See, we're reversing the role here, right? So now, you know, the bus guy that run your shuttle from this spot to that spot, right? He's sitting there. This dude, right? You can see everybody.
Right.
How you gonna get that man? Because you and every woman can see this.
Right.
So now, how you going to get this man?
You
see the one you like. You see that one and you be like, oh, that's the perfect fit for me.
Yeah.
Right.
How you going to get him? Because Rihanna want him.
Yeah, that'd be a lot to go through, huh?
Beyonce want him. How you going to get him?
You send
him a DM.
No, right. No, you gotta. I always say, right, because okay, let me tell you, I'm not the only one with sparkles, but I always say that I'm a princess. I sparkle. So I think that people have to stand on what they are, and if you are confident in yourself and you know you sparkle, you have it, whatever it may be, you stand on that. It's gonna make its way to you.
Right.
In my world.
Right. Okay. In reality, if I want to try to impress Kim Kardashian that I ain't never going to run into, bump into, meet, see in my life, be in the same room with, but I can drop her this log in her DM and she answer, I struck gold. If you want them, how you going to get them?
That's I guess that's what you do.
You got to get lucky.
See, my animation sense of humor just kicked in. When he said drop this log, it was like, what was the show? Ren and Stimpy, log. But I think we have used our 3 minutes. We have to get you to come back.
Well, he has to come back tomorrow because when are you going home?
Saturday.
Okay, we have to get you to come back though. you got to come back. We got to
go to DC.
Yeah, or we got to go to DC. You know, the clock said we don't have to go home, but we got to get the out of here. So it has been. Gabe, thank you for chiming in, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kim, thank you for sitting over there being disgusted with us.
Yeah, because she did not take light in knowing that she could see everybody's genitalia.
That's right.
And she didn't take light in knowing that you have a job to do. And when you meet that man, he wants to know if you're going to be the one that he's going to spend the rest of his life with. You got work to do.
Oh. Yeah,
no, but it's both ways.
Yeah,
it
is both ways.
Right, it's our job not to fumble too.
Yeah.
Right, it's my job. Excuse me, to figure out how to not come up to you with missing teeth in my mouth. Right, recognizing observation. Right, your stature, your demeanor, your look. It could be a total facade. You could be the hoodest of the hoodest, right? But you could know how to put it together and make it look like you look like $1 million, right? And because of that visual, I see you that way, right? It's my job to figure out
how to put you in that box,
right? Come get it, right? It's my job to figure out. Damn, I can't have my front teeth missing when I go talk to her, right? She ain't gonna holler. Right? That's my chances of something.
But let me send her a
It's her job not to be like, boy, what you over here talking to me for? Now, damn, it didn't matter how you look. how you sound and
Now you
acting.
don't open your mouth.
Now you didn't open your mouth. Now all I want to do is, hey, what's up? How fast can I hit this?
Oh my
Because we're
goodness.
gonna never take that
And
off the
my goodness,
table.
yes.
And we-
Look
we-
at-
and we can-
and on that note, look at that is so bad. There are people who just want to hit it like 3 minutes, and I like not
3
me,
min-
but I'm just saying
Well,
I've had to know people I
we-
know.
We really gonna have to end on the 3 minutes, y'all. We
But that's because you can't see every man's style.
Oh, well, yes.
if
and
you
can.
could, these perspectives would be different.
Yes, and with that, we are going to go. Like I said, this is Speaking the Facts with Charlie and Jr. It has been very. Thank you, Anthony.
you,
Thank you,
brother.
thank
Thank
you,
you,
Yes,
and
thank you, bruh.
Thank
and
you,
I was just thank you. And we will be back next Wednesday, same facts time, same facts channel. Until then, what do we tell them, Charlie?
Love yourself so you can love somebody else,
There you go.
and keep your dick pics to yourself.
We'll see
No, y'all
y'all.
don't.
We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, this is Charlie.
Big figs get you luck.
Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR. Broadcasting